I have interviewed dozens of Java candidates in the last year and 90% of them fail. They don't fail because they don't know the code. They fail because the answer like a college student, not like software engineer. Today I am going to walk you through the top 10 Java interview question. But I am not just going to give you the definition, I am going to show you the junior answer that gets you ignored and the senior answer that gets you the offer letter. Let's dive in. Question number 1. The classic. What is the difference between double equals and dot equals? Double equals compares numbers and dot equal compares strings. That is technically true, but weak. Here is the senior answer. Double equals compares memory references. Dot equal compares content. Look at this. We have two string object with the exact same text. But S1 doubles equals S2 returns false. Why? Because new string creates two different objects in the heap memory. So tell the interviewer I use dot equals for checking business values and double equals only when I need to know if two variables point to the exact same object in memory. Question 2. Why is a string immutable in Java? If you say because you can't change it, please leave the room. The interviewer wants to know why Java made in that way. It is primarily for memory efficiency and security. Java uses a string constant pool. If 10 users type the word Google, Java only creates one string in memory and references it 10 times. If a string were mutable and one user changed that string, it would change for everyone else connected to that reference. That would be a security disaster. Also, it makes strings thread safe automatically because, well, you can't change them. Question number 3. This is the king of interview question. How does a HashMap work internally? Do not just say it stores key value pairs. We need to talk about hashing and collisions. Internally, a hash map is an array of buckets. When you save a key, Java calculates its hash code to decide which bucket index to put it in. But what if two keys have the same hash code? That is a collision. Java handles this by creating a linked list in that bucket. Here is the hired tip. Mention Java 8. Tell them if a bucket gets too full, especially more than 8 items, Java 8 convert that linked list into red black tree. This improves performance from ON to O-log-N. Mentioning that details prove that you know your stuff. Question 4. Why should we use streams instead of for loops? Look at the screen. The code on the left is imperative. I am telling Java how to do it. The code on the right is declarative. I am telling Java what I want. But the senior answer isn't just about clean code. It's about parallel processing. I can change dot stream to dot parallel string and instantly process huge data sets using multiple cores of my CPU. Try doing that with a for loop without pulling your hair out. Question number 5. When do you use an interface versus an abstract class? This line is getting blurry because interfaces now have a static and default method. But the rule of thumb rule is this. Use an abstract class when you are defining what something is and you need to share a state like a vehicle class having a speed variable. Use an interface when you are defining what something can do like runnable, serializable or flyable. Question number 6. Explain the difference between checked and unchecked exception. A checked exception is the compiler yelling at you. It forces you to handle that might goes wrong outside your control, like a missing file or a database being down. An unchecked exception, like null pointer exception, is usually your fault. It represents a programming error. You should not try catch a null pointer. You should fix your code so it doesn't happen. Now, question number 7. The tongue twister. Explain final, finally, and finalize. Final is a keyword to apply restrictions, immutable variable or non-extendable classes. Finally is a block used to close the resources like database connections, which runs whether an exception happens or not. And finalize tell them it's a method used by the garbage collector, but it's deprecated since Java 9, so we should not use it. Mentioning deprecated so you are up to date. Question number 8. Design patterns. How do you create a singleton class? Do not just write a class with a private constructor and call it a day. This is not thread safe. The absolute best way to answer this to impress a senior developer is to use an enum. Tell them I prefer using an enum for singletons because Java handles the thread safety and serialization problems automatically for me. Question 9. What does the volatile keyword do? It guarantees visibility. It tells the JVM, do not catch this variable in the CPU. Always read it directly from the main memory. It prevents threads from seeing stale data. And finally, question number 10. Why Spring Boot over Spring? 2 words, auto configuration. Spring Boot scans the class path and sets up everything for us. Plus, it has an embedded Tomcat server. We do not deploy war files anymore. We just run a jar file and go. Knowing these answers is a great, but building projects is better. If you want to see me apply these concepts in a real project, check out this video right here. And don't forget to subscribe